Have you ever tried to actually catch a mosquito in midair? I mean, it should be easy. It's tiny. It flies slowly. Your hand is enormous compared to it. And yet, you almost never succeed. Here's why. You are roughly 35 million times heavier than a mosquito. Because it is so much smaller, its whole world runs on what I call a different time scale. When your hand sweeps toward it, the mosquito senses this vast, slow object coming toward it through vision, airflow, and pressure changes. On its fast timescale, it has plenty of time to dodge. On yours, the moment is already gone. What's interesting, and what we'll investigate in this video, is that every living creature runs on its own timescale. The smaller the creature, the faster its clock. And that idea might go all the way up to the observable universe. Your heart beats about 72 times a minute. Mine's pretty slow, actually. I'm in the high 50s. But on average, 72 beats per minute. So that means in an average human lifetime, you get roughly 2 billion heartbeats. That's it. That's your quota. A mouse, on the other hand, its heart beats around 600 times per minute. But it only lives 2 years. So the total for a mouse is around 600 million heartbeats. A blue whale, its heart beats only 9 times a minute. And a whale lives up to 80 or 90 years. Total for a whale is around 380 million heartbeats. So a mouse gets 600 million, you get 2 billion, and a whale 380 million. So that is not the same number. But look at what separates those animals. A mouse and a blue whale differ in body weight by about 6 million times. Yet their total lifetime heartbeats land within the same order of magnitude. So that's not random. That's a scaling pattern. So bigger animals burn slower. Smaller animals burn faster. That means for different bodies, you have different clocks. In 1932, a scientist named Max Kleiber measured the energy use of animals from tiny mice all the way to large cows. He found that bigger animals are dramatically more efficient. If you double the body size, then the metabolic rate goes up by less than double. So that means you have a bigger engine, but it runs slower. It's more efficient. So across wild species, from shrews all the way to whales, bigger body generally means longer life. But what about dogs, right? I'm sure many of you have recognized this. Great Danes live about 8 years. Meanwhile, Chihuahuas can live about 15. So in that case, the bigger dog is a shorter life. So doesn't that break the rule? Not really, actually. So dog breeds, they're not wild species. They weren't shaped over millions of years. They were heavily shaped by humans over just a few hundred years. So we bred some dogs to grow huge very quickly, faster than their tissues, their hearts, and their cells could adapt. So big dogs aren't a clean, natural scaling example. They're actually a metabolic stress test. That stress test points back to the same rule that really size changes the clock. And so here's where it gets interesting. This scaling pattern doesn't only show up in heartbeats. It also shows up in perception, in the length of the moment you experience as now. How long is your actual moment of now? Right now, your brain is stitching incoming signals into one experience. That window, the chunk of time that feels like a single moment, lasts about 3 seconds. Scientists found this number for humans by studying how we process music, speech, and motion. And that 3-second window lines up with the same kind of scaling relationship that governs heartbeats. So smaller is a faster clock, shorter window. Larger is a slower clock, longer window. So your size sets your clock. I call this time scaling. Why does size set the clock? Every living body runs on a branching network. blood vessels, you have airways, nerves, all branching from large to small, all the way down to individual cells. The speed of that network sets the clock. Your nerve signals travel at about 100 meters per second. That's fast enough to cross your whole body in about 9 milliseconds. So that's why your 3-second window works. The network is small enough for everything to integrate in that time. Now think about the mosquito. Its body is 6 millimeters long. Its signals cross its entire nervous system in about 1 millisecond, 9 times faster than yours. That's not a metaphor. That's just the physics of a smaller network. And that's why when your hand moves toward it, on the mosquito's clock, you look like you're barely moving. You didn't choose your sense of now. Your mass did. And so this is what we do on our Fractal Universe channel. We're going to run the experiment. If smaller systems run faster and larger systems run slower, what happens when we keep climbing the scale ladder? So the now moment for a single brain cell would be about 3 milliseconds. For a human is 3 seconds. If we extrapolate this up now, a nation, based on its size, its moment would be about 17 minutes. Planet Earth, about 19 days. If we go to the sun, its moment lasts about 1 year and 3 months, 15 months. And now all the way to the Milky Way galaxy, its moment of experience would scale with time scale to about 1,000 years. And for the science nerds in the comments, and I say that with love and affection, yes, you're right. Even light takes 53,000 years just across the Milky Way. So the diagram shows the Kleiber floor, what the equation returns. The real galactic moment, once you account for this signal crossing time, is actually tens of millions of years. That's beyond the scope of this video, though. I go deep on exactly this in the book. But even at the conservative number on the diagram, your entire life still doesn't register as one tick. And finally, if we go all the way out to the entire observable universe, its moment of time, its now moment, would scale to 600,000 years. The same kind of scaling relationship that shows up in heartbeats seems to stretch all the way from a single brain cell, at least to the largest animal. And we can extrapolate all the way to the largest structure we can observe. As people have said, as above, so below. So this would be one pattern for every scale. Remember the mosquito. It's slow. It's very tiny. Your hand should dominate it completely. But it's about 35 million times lighter than you. And that gap puts it on a completely different clock. It's almost in a different dimension. One where you look like you're moving in slow motion. Now compare you to the Milky Way. In physical size, the gap between you and the galaxy is roughly 20 orders of magnitude. That's about 100 billion times bigger. If that tiny mosquito already lives on a clock you can barely touch, imagine what your life looks like from the galaxy's clock. Your whole life, every memory, every mistake you ever made, every song you ever loved, that's less, way less than one tick. In fact, all of recorded human history, every empire, every war, every great idea, a flash. Not ancient, not long, a flash. So why can't you catch a mosquito? Sure, some of you can, but it's difficult. It's not because it's fast. It isn't. Because it lives on a faster time scale than you. On its clock, it has enough time. On yours, the moment's already gone. That same scaling relationship may stretch from heartbeats to perception to galaxies. If this idea is new to you, my channel is called Our Fractal Universe. Every video here is about one thing, and that's the patterns that repeat at every scale of reality. Cosmic Octaves shows the pattern in space. This one shows it in time. So it's two sides of the same basic idea. If you're wondering where I've been the last 6 weeks, I've been finally nailing down my book, Our Fractal Universe. It's actually 2 books, and they go much deeper. They cover everything from quarks all the way to the observable universe and the one pattern that seems to connect it all. Link is in the description if you want more information that's coming soon. And thank you so much for your comments. I've really used them and integrated them into the theory. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.